EDA stands for Exploratory Data Analysis, and it's a process of analyzing and summarizing data set to uncover. Okay, uncover what? Patterns, trends, relationship, anomalies, and insights. Okay. And so this is the first step. Whenever you get any type of data, right, that you want to do analysis in whatever the format, right? It could be a text file, it could be a Excel or CSV. Okay, mostly we see CSV, but you will also learn how to connect to a SQL database, Postgres, any database through Python, and then you will start reading those analysis and uh, doing your EDA. Okay, so this is the first step. EDA is the first step after you collect the data. Okay, before applying statistical models and or machine learning. Okay, these are all advanced learning that we're gonna see later part of our session. Okay, so and why EDA is important? Okay, to understand your data, whether you have any errors in your data, like uh, blank data or incorrect format, okay, outliers, okay, spot inconsistency, mistakes, and all that. Okay, and in EDA we also decide which columns are needed. Okay, if you have 100, if you have a data set with 40 to 50 columns, right? In 40 to 50 columns, most of the records might not be useful for you. Okay, so in that case, what you're going to do, you will remove other columns which is not required for your analysis, and you will reduce the columns from 42. You'll make some 10, 15 which is required for your analysis. Okay, so that feature is called feature selection. And and then what you're going to do is you're going to do a model preparation. Okay, so you will decide transformation, scaling, encoding. Okay, what is scaling? Scaling is, I mean, you will see if we need to reduce this data or we need to scale it further, right? Encoding is simple terms. If you have a categorical data, you want to convert that into a numerical, you will use something called encoding. Okay, and last step is business insight. Okay, so they can understand, your stakeholders can understand the data better, and with that data that you're going to present, they can take a decision making steps. Okay, they can take whether we have to do that or we have to skip or we need some more analysis further that we need to take. And this EDA is very important. Without EDA, okay, and if you apply on the raw data, whatever data I'm giving without doing ADA, if you just apply machine learning directly, okay, what it can lead is wrong conclusion. So obviously, if you have a missing data, okay, it will show a different mean. Okay, if you treat that and if you add it, then it will make some sense for your analysis. Okay, some of the use cases, of EDA. Okay, in if you see in retail, okay, analyzing customer purchase. Okay, to segment, if you want to do a segmentation of customers, right, buyers, especially if you take online portal, right, online platform like Amazon, Flipkart, okay, Geo retail, Geo, there are different online platforms are there, right? If you want to do the segmentation, okay. So for example, in Hyderabad, okay, or for that matter, you can take South, entire South. In entire South, if Amazon want to do a segmentation of their customer, okay, which state are making more purchases, okay, so he can segment based on location, okay, and then he can offer more offers to those region. Okay, if Karnataka or Telangana or Andhra or Kerala or Tamil Nadu are making, or for instance, Tamil Nadu are making more purchase than these other states, right? He can offer some more promotional offers in those regions, okay, on Amazon to boost more customers to pick up the sales. Okay, so that is one of the example of segmentation. Okay, now in healthcare, what we can do? Okay, so in healthcare, you know, right? You have a patient and you have his records. Now in his record, if there is some mistakes, now what happens is how EDA will help? EDA will help detect anomalies, okay, in patient records. Okay, so for example, if a cancer number, okay, whatever the number it creates, if it is lies between 1 to 10, okay, as per the medical evidence it is 1 to 10, but in our record it is written somewhere called 23. Okay, so when you do the EDA, you can find out, okay, this column is showing 23, which is incorrect. As per the dictionary, it should be between 1 to 10. Then you will go back and ask the EDA, the stakeholder, we have 23. Is it a correct? And they'll say, no, it should not be. The number should fall between these two numbers, 1 to 10. Okay, even if you do this blood checkup and all those things, right, you get those numbers, right? So generally high sugar and all, the normal range is between 80 to 120, right? That is a normal, they say. Okay, what if it is 1020? Okay, it could be a mistake, right? It cannot happen. If it is happening for few records, maybe some mistake has happened. So if you do the analysis without doing EDA, and if you do a machine learning, predictive analysis and the supervised learning and all, right, you will obviously get a wrong conclusion about your data, right? So always data should be clean, accurate. Okay, you need to understand each and one every column. Okay, if some numbers is there, why he has given. Okay, you have to read the data dictionary. Data dictionary is very important. Okay, now let's talk about finance. Okay, in finance, what you can do? Okay, finance, you know, right? What is this called? Credit card, right? People uh, uh, apply for a credit card, right? What happens then? Okay, okay. So this will help EDA, and this analysis will help spotting fraudulent transaction. Okay, if you have a data that talks about how many transaction were fraud. Okay, so you can find out with the data. If you have that data for the finance related data from the banks, okay, you can definitely go read those and find out. There will be always some loopholes, right? So you need to find out that loophole through your analysis. Okay, next domain I think of marketing. Okay, marketing. What are you gonna do? Identifying the trends. Okay, uh, marketing trends, right? Campaign performance and all. If you have a data, right? So, like I said, if you spend more on your marketing, definitely you will get the returns more. Okay, if you take in cine world, right? Whenever a director releases any movie, right? So what he'll next thing he will do is before release he will start working on marketing. Okay, they'll go to the various platforms. Okay, Netflix, then um, TikTok, then podcast, right? And they will market their product. Okay, and then what happens is and also they will create a flyers and they will push it through Instagram. Okay, and then you'll start getting those, and with the name or with the lead actors here, lead actress, right, and the storyline, you will get impressed, right? Okay, this we should have to watch. We have to watch this movie, and then what you'll do is ultimately people will uh, start booking in advance and then watch the movie. Okay, these are all the techniques, guy, in marketing. Okay, when you have a data, anything about your data. Okay, so you can also tell. Okay, so for example, you have a marketing company. Okay, you are working for a third party company. Okay, for example, uh, Samsung. Okay, so you are marketing. You are a marketing company in India and working for Samsung to sell and market their this one appliances. Okay, like for example, uh, what is this called? Refrigerator, TV, mobile phones, right? Washing machines and all that, right? And they will give you some commission on each product that you are selling on behalf of Samsung. Okay, so what you will do is initially you will give a target that this is the amount that I need for marketing. Okay, and these are the region we are focusing. Okay, in Hyderabad we are focusing these areas. These are all rich areas. Plus these are people who are earning more, like IT community. Okay, I mean software people, right? Software community. Okay, these guys are residing these areas. These top 10 areas. Okay, will start giving some offers, and then we will capture the entire market in those areas, right? So there are different ideas. Okay, I just give one example. Okay, it could be a different way also you can do it. Okay, so these are the four domains that I can think of. See, there are other domains also. Engineering domain is there. Then uh, even what is this called? What is it called? Construction. Okay, so construction also falls in these one. What is that called? Retail. Okay, sorry, not retail. Sorry, real estate. Okay, so real estate is a one of the domain. Okay, where land, okay, plots, house, apartment, all these fall under that category. Okay, manufacturing, yes, buses, cars, anything that you manufacture. It could be different use cases that you can think of, and then you can relate those things to this domain. Okay, so these are some of the domains that I think of. Okay, I'm going to add all those things here. Okay, and then we'll do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is today, so we'll start with small program. Okay, PDA. Okay, and then we will work on different data set also. First we will work with Seaborn inbuilt data set. Okay, Seaborn has a inbuilt data sets that we will work. Okay, so first thing first, I need to add libraries. Okay, what are the libraries that I need? Pandas. Okay, then I need NumPy as NP. I need Seaborn. Okay, and I'll also import matplotlib. Okay, these are the standard. Okay, that I think of. Okay, we have some other also. I'll tell you as we go along. Okay, so these four libraries, you are Seaborn and matplotlib. You're going to use it for visualization. Matplotlib dot py plot. Okay, this is one of the library as I'll say PLT. Okay, these are my four libraries that I'm going to load in my notebook. First done. Okay, now I want to load the sample data. Okay, I'll write it down here. Okay, like I said, I'm going to use SNS. So I'll say df data frame. I'm creating a data frame variable. Okay, empty container. I'll say SNS dot We have load data set. Okay, in load data set, I will pick something called tips. Okay, we have already seen this example, restaurant tips data set, if you remember. Okay, rest 1 minute, RESTAURANT, restaurant tips data set. Okay, this is just I'm adding a comment so that you can understand. Okay, and then I want to see my first 10 5 5 rows data set. Okay, okay, so this is my first 5 rows data set. Okay, so what are the columns I have? Okay, total bill, tips, sex, smoker, day, time, size. Okay, what this size means? Okay, how many people came to that restaurant? Okay, whether they came for dinner or lunch. Okay, so this time it will show lunch time or dinner time. Okay, and day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. Okay, smoker, yes or no. Okay, so these are all two values, yes or no. Okay, and sex, female, male. Tip, how much tip they offered to give to the bartenders. Okay, so is it $1? These are in dollars. Okay, 1.66, these are all dollars. I mean, you can say $1.66. Okay, and this is the total bill. Out of this total bill, this is the amount they give. So these are data set. Okay, how many columns we have? We have just six. Okay, three, six, seven. Sorry. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, I can say this is a first step of loading a data. So I'll write it down here. Step one. Okay, now step two, I'll put it in comment. Okay, in step two, what you're gonna do, you will understanding understand the data. Step two is understand the data. Okay, so what are the things that I can do? Okay, here you can see the shape of data. Okay, then you can see data type. What are the data type of our data set? Okay, data type, whether it's integer, categorical, those things. Okay, and then summary. Summary statistics. Okay, so there are two ways. Okay, you can give a direct command or you can give a print statement also. Within a print command, you can say df. Df is my data frame at the top. Dot. I can say shape. Okay, it's an instance. So you will not use two brackets here. Okay, only one. Okay. Second one, I'll say print. I'll say df dot info. Okay. So I'll write down the comment also. Print describe. Okay, we have already seen describe. Describe, what it does is it gives you the statistical imputation. These are functions. Okay, describe is a function and info is a function. That's the reason you are using this to open and close braces, and then you're finally closing it. Okay, and then print df dot describe. Okay, I'll use describe. Within bracket I can say, see, generally when statistical imputation is done on this data, right, generally it will pick the numeric columns. This one, size, tip, and total bill. Okay, there's a numeric, three fields are numeric. But if you want to add this categorical also, how many counts and all these things, right? So you can say include equals comma object. Okay. So this is the parameter you have to pass on within the describe. Okay. Include object type also. By default, it is only numeric. We'll see all this difference. Okay. I'll run this. Let's see. See, the first one is first one. Okay. So I should have given uh, print. I'll make some space in between. Okay. Okay. Now you see this is the first one. Okay. So first one is what shape. Okay. So how many, the first resembles your rows. So how many rows are there? 244. Okay. How many columns? 7. If you go here, how many columns we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. Rows are 244. Okay. These are first statement. Okay, I'll run this one more time after adding all this so that you can understand. Okay, so this is my second one. Okay, second one is what info. So info, what it gives you is it gives you the details about your data set. Okay, you can see here. Okay, 7 columns, 244 entries. Okay, and the indexing starts from 0 to 243. Okay, and these are the columns I have. Okay, 7 columns. And what is non-null count? Okay, it will show whether we have any data missing. Now if you see this sample data, all rows have 244, 244, 244, but in real time when we work, right, you will see some discrepancy here. Okay, some rows are blank, left out. Okay, or not filled in. So you will see something by seeing this command. You can see, oh, my data is good. Non-null means not even a single data is missing. Now what is this D type? D stands for data type. Data type is what type of variable this total bill column is holding. Float. Okay, tips is for float. Okay, and sex is category. See, you can see here, smoker is category. Okay, and these are category, and this is size is int. Okay, so this is a int, category, categorical, float, and int. Okay, that's what we saw. Float. Sorry, first one is also float. This one dot is there, no? Oh, yeah. So first one is also float. Okay. Now this one is done. Okay, and describe. Okay. Now we'll look at the describe. Okay. So this one is a describe. Now you see here. Okay, count. Okay, now if you notice here, what are the columns it is reading is three: total bill, tip, and size. Okay, why? Because, okay, like I said, the default describe the statistical method will work only for numeric data. Only how many numeric columns we have? Three. One, two, three. Okay, that is the reason we are seeing only three: bill, tip, and size. Okay, what are the count? So 244, all good. Mean, what is the mean in total bill? So average bill for a month is $19 at any given point of time. Okay, what is the tip amount? Minimum is $2.99, which is $3. Okay, and what is the size of people? Minimum size of people who are coming to that restaurant? 2.5. Okay, 2.5. It could be a kid, husband, wife, and their kid. Okay, 2.5, or average you can take 3 or 2. Okay, what is the standard deviation? 8. Okay, so this from variance. Okay, each total bill from your mean, it will calculate. We know the variance command, right? And what is the standard deviation? Okay, variance square. Okay, variance square is what? The standard deviation. Okay, how much deviation is there? 1.3 is there. Okay, from each data point. Okay, which is okay. So this is 8.9, this is 0.95, and this is 1.38. What is the minimum value in total bill? $3. Okay, and maximum is $50. Okay, and if you put this bill amount, okay, in 25% bucket, okay, so what that amount comes to is $13. Okay, 50% dollar is 17 and 75 is 24. Okay, and this is tip, same thing. Okay, same thing, tip also same thing. Okay, next one is df dot describe. Okay, include is equal to object. Why it is giving, let me check. Sometimes it takes double quotes also. Okay, give me a minute, I'll search it. Maybe there are some changes, I don't know. Okay, data frame dot max, it should be, what is the syntax? Include none, exclude, load. Let me see one example. Include is equal to all. Okay, so all columns maybe. Okay, regardless of data types. Okay, so when I learned it was object, now it is all. Okay, so new version it keeps on changing. So don't worry. Whenever you get any error, go to the pandas documentation site. You have all this. Okay, commands here for that. Okay, so simple. I went there. Now I'll make it as. Okay, is it in quotation? Yes, quotes. Okay, I'll make it single. Okay, I'll run this. Okay, now I'm getting. See, simple. I just fixed it in few minutes. Okay, so I didn't get any panic. Okay, I didn't get panic at the result. Okay, this is how you have to work. Okay, so now you see how many columns are there: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. This is very interesting. When you have a categorical data, right? It will show as nan. Okay, okay, it will show nan. Nan stands for not a number. Okay, and you can skip it. Okay, but here you will get the frequency. Okay, what is the frequency of male? 157. Okay, top, if you see top here, who are the top from the data set? Can you tell? No, you can, by seeing this you can say male were the top, where who were frequently coming to that restaurant. Okay, and are they smokers or no smokers? No. Okay, they were non-smokers, most of the male customers. Okay, and unique is 2. Okay, so the smoker were 2, and this is the total data sets: 244, 244. And which day they used to come? Top, if you see, Saturday. See, okay, and what is the frequency on Saturday? 87 customers visited. Okay, time. Okay, time, uh, in our original data set, if you see time, dinner, and this is there, na? So here time, dinner. Okay, so mostly they prefer in the evenings. Okay, 176 was the frequency on Saturdays. Okay, and this is the size. Okay, size we have already seen here, so it's the same thing. Okay, now this is how the first step we have to do. Clear, guys?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also what you have to do is, guys, uh, see, not only this data set. Okay, you have to play with other data set also. I'll show you. You can see the data set by typing sns dot get data set names. Okay, if you type this, okay, these are the data set names. Okay, the one which I am checking here is tips. Okay, tips is there. What if I want to go with flights? Okay, I'll go with flights. Okay, now you see I have only three columns. Okay, one is year, passengers. Okay, Jan, month wise. Okay, month wise data I have, year wise. Okay, now if I do the same thing for here, what happens? You see the result will be simple. Okay, so 144 columns are there, sorry, 144 rows and three columns. Okay, and year is in integer, month is in categorical and integer. Okay, and if you see all rows are intact. Okay, 144 rows are correct. I mean to say filled in with some data. Okay, there is no missing value. And here you can see count passenger. Okay, so what is the average passengers who were flying on any given point of time is 280 is your mean. Okay, and what is the standard deviation is 119. Okay, minimum customers at given point of time were taking flight is 104 in a flight. What is the 25 percentile bucket? 180, 50% is 265, 75 is 360, and max is 622 people traveling. Okay, and these are by years. Okay, so which one has the highest? You can see max is this one 1960. Okay, with 622 customers. Minimum is 1949, 104. Okay, so this is for all fields. Okay, here what we are adding extra is month. 144, 12 months are there unique. Okay, and top is Jan. So Jan being a new year, plus people travel a lot, right, after Christmas and all. Okay, people will travel a lot, so that is the reason it is showing as Jan, and the frequency is 12. Okay, 12 means entire 12 months people are traveling frequency. Okay, same thing you can try with dots, diamonds, car crasher. Okay, so let me pick up this car crashes. Okay, so how many? Three, six, seven, eight. So eight columns I have. If you see here, okay, so I have all numeric except abbreviation here. Okay, so these are some city abbreviation. Okay, Alaska, AK, Arkansas, Arizona, AR. I don't know what is AR. Okay, CA means California. Okay, these are all short forms. Okay, so we need to create a dictionary for this. What does AL means? Okay, dictionary has to be given by these guys, the stakeholders. Let me run this. Okay, so how many rows we have? 51 rows and 8 columns. Okay, so these are all the columns, 51. These are the data type object. Okay, and these are the statistical imputation. Okay, so count is 51. Okay, you get everything here. Okay, and here you are getting abbreviation. In the previous one you are not getting abbreviation. Whenever you see this dot, right, it means there is a continuation for the data. Okay, for these two columns, but here you see abbreviation, which is a categorical data object. Okay, that's the only difference, nothing else. Okay, so this is our data. You have to learn, guys. Okay, so you can add one more is df.tail. Okay, 50th row. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, so for today,
Yes, sir.
so for today, we'll close this session. Okay, so tomorrow Thursday, okay, we'll start the continuation to the same topic, okay, with some more commands. Okay, there are a lot of commands, guys. Okay, so what I have to do is today I'll add all those definitions here, okay, in the same uh, notebook, and then I'll share it tomorrow. Okay, so that on weekend you can practice. First, the inbuilt data sets that SNS library has, will just play around. Okay, all this. Okay, homework is you have to do all this, and you have to give me the analysis on the statistical imputation, and you have to write your inference. What do you understand by the data that it is showing? Okay, so you have to. That is the homework. So Monday, first thing is after you share, I'll open and I will read out, and then we'll see what went good, what went wrong. Okay, so this is how we will learn uh, while practicing. Okay, so so tomorrow we'll have one more session, and then Friday we don't have a session. Okay, you can practice Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I want you guys to practice with all these data. Okay, only thing is in the same this thing you can type this. Okay, and this command step 2 you can write multiple time. Okay, so you can write here this is for which data set that you have to mention. Okay, now this is anagrams. Okay, I don't know what is this. Okay, sub idr 1 2 3 sum is there, attnr is divided. Okay, even I don't know what is that. Let me search it. SNS anagram data set. Okay, now we can go here. Okay, so this is what it is showing. Same thing what we are doing, they are also doing here. Okay, but what type of data is this? This is what I want. Okay, this is not what I want. I'll go back. What is the data set in anagram? Classification real world data such as Titanic. Okay. So let me open this. Okay. So he's talking about tips, all this. Okay. Which I can also see. Okay. Yeah. You can see here. Okay. So he's explaining about tip data set. Okay. We just did tip earlier, if you remember, right? Okay, this is a tip data set, but if you see here the definition, okay, so the tip data set contains information about tips received by wait staff in a restaurant. Okay, this is what I need. This is called data dictionary. See, this and that, I'll add it here. Okay. Okay, so before this I have to add a data dictionary, so I'll go up. Okay, I'll say data dictionary. Okay, and I'll make it as markup. Okay, so this is how I have to say data dictionary. Okay, features. Okay, now features are here. Okay, so you have to add list. I'll do some formatting. I'll run this. Okay. Okay, now you see it is in proper order. Okay, so this is how you have to write, and this thing that you see, okay, total bill. Okay, total bill amount numeric, tip, tip amount numerical, sex, gender of a person paying the bill. Okay, so this is important, gender of the person paying the bill. Okay, so who is paying here in this order? Female paid, this male, male, male. Okay, you can see who are paying more, male or female, that also you can find out. Okay, so this is a very good, if you know the dictionary, right? First, the column details, why this is dinner, 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 why this is Sunday, 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 you have to go back and check here. Okay, day of the week category, time of day, lunch and dinner categorical, see they'll mention only two value, if you have some missing, you have to impute that. Okay, and then size of the party, how many people were there during that dinner. Okay, four people, something like this. Okay, you want to see 15 rows, you type 15 inside, and then you can see the 15 rows. Okay, you see. Okay, so what is the top here, that also you can see. Okay, so we're going to get all those in data manipulation. First, basics, data dictionary. So this is what you have to do for all this next week. Okay, homework, google it, or you go to the C1 documentation here. Okay, this is our documentation, and you will get it here. Okay, plots dots data. It is okay, load data set name. Okay, so how to get is use get underscore get data set names to see a list of available. Okay, name of the data set. Okay, name dot csv. Okay, that also you can do, or you can go to this location. Okay, you have all those things, say anagram. Okay, so if you click on this first one, okay, so this is the data type. Okay, okay, and we don't have a code or dictionary here. Okay, so these are all very important, guys. Okay, so you have to learn about GitHub also. Okay, so what is forking? Okay, you have an option called fork. Okay, so if I want to fork, you can see here fork. Okay, if I click on this fork, it will ask my ID. Okay, and after I log in, whatever the library that you just saw, okay, this one, and this one, Seaborn data. Okay, all will come to my um, repository. Okay, this you guys have to learn. Okay, I'll take one session. So what do you mean by code? What do you mean by issue? A pull request. Okay, pull request is new pull request. Okay, and you can add the URLs and then you can pull. Okay, finding a branch. So this is what we will. I'll cover this also. Okay, so I use it intensively at my work. GitHub. Okay, repository, creating a repository and sharing also. Okay, so those are all free, you don't have to pay anything, so you can keep as long as you want. Okay, so these are all the samples, guys. Okay, so you have very good, which site is this? Greeks for Greek. Okay, dot org, this is very good. See, they have given a very good dictionary. Diamond data set, carat means carat weight of a diamond. Okay, cut, quality of the cut, fair, good, very good. So these are the values, categorical, you need to understand. Okay, so this is on SNS. So tomorrow we'll regroup again at same 8:30. Okay, and then we'll continue with our EDA journey. Okay, you can stop the recording, Saib, and you can share it and you can upload it.